Hey everyone, welcome to Pre-Market Prep at the close. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin. It is a choppy kind of a day. It is a volatile day out there. I gotta say that. Joel, what did you see out there? Today was a wild day.
Not one that bodes well for resumption of the trend yet, this kind of volatility. You came down, you just nicked the pre-market low on a couple occasions, and then you embarked on this spirited rally. And you got up to like kind of no man's land. You got above the daily pivot, you got the 32.68 and a quarter, which just coincided with my 9-day average trading range. So wasn't a bad opportunity for a low risk short. Turned around, came back down, and we're probably going to end up unchanged on the day. Very undecided day in the markets. New low for the decline off the all-time high. Will 3,200 be the piece? Now, if you go back here till the end of August, you had a lot of lows from 3,180 to 3,200. So we'll see how that holds up in tomorrow's session. Crude doing the $40 dance, up 29 cents at 40.22. Gold finishes $18 off its low. It hit a low of 18.51. Gold currently trading at 18.69.20. Silver over $1.20 or about $1.20 off its low. We got to the depressed level of 21.81. Now back up to over $23, unchanged on the session. And Bitcoin joined in that rally. Bitcoin is now up $440, $435 at 10,715 for the Bitcoin.
All right, so I guess we're still far away from any sort of stimulus package. That's what the news was earlier. That Mnuchin and Pelosi don't have a meeting on the books. You had a report from CNBC a few minutes ago that the House Democrats are prepared for a $2.4 trillion package. So we've got stimulus concerns. We've got Jay Clayton on CNBC this morning talking about SPACs and why he's concerned about their incentive structure, and that has his eye. And
SPAC attack.
It was just a crazy day. I will say that I went away from my desk and I came back at like 9:40, 9:45. I decided to just look at the market because I hadn't looked since the open, and was blown away by some of the moves that were happening. Not the least of which was SHLL, which I owned past tense because I saw that and decided, all right, I'm done, because it was now. I think I've looked at that stock every day for the last week and a half, and it's if any one stock is commanding that much of my attention, that's a sign that I need to get out.
What about your golden stop rule, Spencer?
The stop, I put that stop in before I left for vacation, and I set it to cancel for the day I got back.
Okay.
So the stop is long gone. I figured, well, since I'm back, in the office in front of a screen all day, I'll be able to keep one eye, and I have been
So
keeping one eye on the thing, and that's one of the reasons is I saw it down the low 30s. I was able to get out at like 37, and it's at 39 now. It came all the way back to 46 at one point, or 45. But regardless, too much of a roller coaster, and for that reason, I'm out. That's it.
sorry about that, Spencer.
Okay.
Just finishing up with the floor saga here, which hopefully will be on over tomorrow. So you have different rules for when you're on vacation and when you're in the office. Is that
Well,
right?
well, it's a question of automated versus not automated, right?
Okay.
If I'm not going to be in front of a computer all day, then yeah, I need some automation in there. If I am, then I trust myself a little bit to, at least
To
be
execute. Okay.
somewhat more informed, right? And so that's what happened this morning. And it wasn't just, I mean, I looked at, the moves that like Apple was making. Yeah. I mean, pull up that Apple chart. Isn't that?
I just want to say one thing here with
Yeah.
your shill here, and
Sure.
I look at the low, and I really wasn't focusing on it when it was near the low. You did match a line and support 33.50, your August 27th low. Where'd you get to today? 33.21. So it hit a good number on the downside. I just want to, and this is something that I think people have to pay attention to, and it's if I could give anybody like one level, and that's that closing price, right?
Mhm.
How important that is, where people are marked, where market makers are marked, who take home a lot bigger positions than you take home in that, Spencer,
Sure.
and institutions. And you had to close yesterday after a bad day at 44.86. This spirited rally that it had off the 33 and 50 level, it got through 44.86. Like you would have been lamenting if you sold it at 44.86 and it went to 45.19. But now, if you had been using that as an exit point, you're almost $5 to the good. So I just wanted to illustrate that point with the closing price and why I like to put emphasis on them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Spence.
So yeah, just volatile day.
Oh, Apple, you wanted to ask
Apple. Yeah,
about.
look at that Apple. Look at that thing.
The apple of my eye. Let's see here.
Just
Boom.
straight up at the open. No resistance.
Straight up off the open, just kept on climbing. I haven't been drilling down on the daily numbers on this, but you got to keep in mind that 110 held this bounce, 110 held this bounce, and then you zigzagged around. Today, when you were coming off a big rally, 105.17 open, 105 low, boom, 110 and a quarter. I don't know what the average daily range has been in Apple. That looks like it exceeded it a little bit today. But you didn't take out the low of the move at 103.10, which is good. You made a low at 105. So Apple exhibiting a little bit of relative strength here. I want to check on Mr. Softy because Mr. Softy, really good day. And I mentioned this before. Excellent relative strength here over the didn't even get near those two lows for last week. So Mr. I mean, they're starting to turn a little bit. I mean, you could have thought that at 12:30, 1 o'clock this afternoon that these things were turning up, and then they pulled the rug out from under you. But definitely some lows to lean on there in Microsoft.
So weirdly enough, you've got this relationship now where it seems like Twitter is inversely correlated to the other major tech stocks.
Oh, Twitter gave it all back. What a shocker. Down 227. Ridiculous move yesterday. Ridiculous 2-day move. I mean, to go from 40 and change over 46 and change, just settling back. Let's see if our gap fill traders had anything to get excited about. You had a gap between 42.83 and 43.70. That decline this morning took us to 42, or it was more recently, took us to 42.66. So if you were patient shorting that thing yesterday and today, you did a gap fill. Where it goes from here will be the main question. Still holding my long-term position in Twitter.
All right, there is, I mean, so many things. We can also go to Exact Sciences, which is, I guess, the big winner of the day. I guess the CEO made some comments at a Cowen healthcare conference, and that stock is up 26.5% today.
Full disclosure, I do own that stock,
And you've owned it for how long?
Oh man, 2 years maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. Lisa Pick, from her profession. I don't know. I hate moves like this. You know me. I just want to sell, 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 sell. But then, found support. I don't know. Big move. I just hate these big 1-day moves. Maybe you get some follow through tomorrow, maybe $100 if you're trading this a little bit shorter term perspective. Going to trade up near the high of the session. That just the algos ran with it. You probably had some shorts sleeping in this area, and boom, they caught them with the news. Next 2 daily highs to contend with if you're trading this. 96.36 didn't quite get there today, and then 99.49, $100 right on the nose. That was your July 30th high.
All right, let's go to the chat. I saw a question from Akash. He asked what our favorite stock was, well, the largest individual stock that I own, as far as largest position, is Disney. I only own 5 individual stocks, and the rest are all mutual funds and ETFs. And it's four cannabis stocks that are much smaller positions, and then Disney is the other one that I own. So I guess that would make Disney my favorite. It's if it's the only stock that I have like a real position in.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a favorite right now, Joel.
Well, Dennis is like, I own this, I own this, I own this. Well, I own all 500 stocks because I
Right, they're
invested.
all your
Yeah,
favorites.
yeah. So
They're all my
I,
favorites too. I own all of them too.
I just want to cheer. I want to cheer when the market goes up,
Yeah,
and I want to fret when the market goes down.
yeah.
So that is my, the overall index is my through.
What a politically correct answer.
Yes, through through the actual SPY, and then also through some higher yielding variations of that, which haven't performed as well. But yep,
Right.
that's my favorite. S&P's just all over the map, and then some. We just got into the 2440 or 3240 handle, and boom, we're back unchanged here on the session. So option makers loving this kind of day. Market makers selling that premium and just watching it erode. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Will we have the old new low for the week, which we've had on the last couple Fridays.
All right. If you've got any tickers, drop them in the chat. Joel, you had mentioned to me before we came on here, SPI, the real SPY, I guess, down today.
Yeah, I think I did okay on that one. You guys put me on the pressure cooker early in the morning to call this POS stock, and I did. I just looked at the 15-minute chart. That is the shortest time frame I will go on anything. I will not go to a minute chart. I will not go to a tick chart. I will not even go to a 5-minute chart. I really try to stay 15-minute time frame. And when you were looking at this, that first 15 minutes at 4 a.m., if you got up early in the morning, you had that low at $14 and you had a high. I don't know if it had hit 30 yet when we discussed it on the show, but I thought it was critical. No, it hadn't, because the high of the day is 28.74. So I just wanted to, I figured that was going to be pretty good resistance, of course, leaning to the short side on something like this. But couldn't get up to 30, hit 28 change, and now just withering back down to where it probably should be, maybe going back to this area here. Where was it? It was like $1, right? $1.05 before this thing started. So still got a gap to fill between 330 and 109. But if you listen to our show and you follow stocks closely and stuff, I think there's some other things you can find to trade besides this.
All right. Someone's asking about TLT here, and I want to look and see what the flows are into that of late. Let's see.
Ooh, it's kind of interesting. I mean, that's the U.S. bond. That's interest rates. We all know interest rates aren't going anywhere.
Anywhere up, that's for sure.
We're not going up. They're not going up, and I don't know how much lower. I don't know. We haven't heard any negative rate talk at all, but quiet day for the TLT here. Found some just 165 area. It's hanging right there right now, so it's trying. We'll see. I'm not sure what in economics we get tomorrow, but it looks like it's trying to break out to 165 and go to 167. But tight range, maybe play the outskirts of the ranges tomorrow.
Flows into TLT this month up slightly, not a big deal. There were some major outflows in August though, so slight inflows into TLT. So I guess that would be a slightly bullish signal there. What else do we have here? Questions from the chat. Daniel Manahan, Costco into earnings. At least it's not like going crazy here, which I guess makes me feel like, okay, it's not ridiculously overbought or oversold or rallying or collapsing into the report, which you like to see that. Oh wait,
people ask us. They ask us about earnings all the time, and never bought or sold a stock. Maybe done some option trades off earnings.
I mean, all right, it's going to be a good report. We can say that.
It is. You think so?
Oh
you
yeah.
think so? Why?
I think consumer spending has been going up. I mean, I didn't look at the
Yeah, but we're not like we're not like doing like the super trips like I did in early February and March. I was like spending at the one time. Have you ever gone to Costco and you've had a cart and
and
a dolly?
no,
I did that.
never
That is
happened to me.
hard to maneuver, man. I did that. I did that in at the end of February and
Oh,
March.
yeah. Oh
You got to
god.
be careful if those liquor bottles fall off that cart, man. It can be a big mess.
Oh,
But
boy.
Costco, I mean, you got clear resistance here, just under 350. I have no idea what the report or their guidance is going to be. I'd say I just like would look at that 350 area. Yeah, if it could get through there, you got another high at where's that other high at 353.98 or 354. And then if you start to break down here, you don't want to see it take out yesterday's low. I would look like at the low of the last, really since August. You had a low at 331.20 here and 331.80. So let's just call 332 the major support on the downside.
Yeah, Dion agreeing with me that their online sales are going to be through the roof, so it'll be a good report, I think, regardless. What else here? BE. Oh, sorry, SPE, Switchback Energy. This is a SPAC. So this is a SPAC, and they all got cracked today on Jay Clayton's comments. Pretty much the entire sector got cracked on that. DPHC, LCA, SHLL, SPAQ, FMCI. They're all down, all because the SEC is potentially going to look into how fair these things are and the conflicts of interest.
They must listen to Benzinga's pre-market prep show because I have been I just don't understand them.
You've been the one. Dennis has been over enthusiastic. I would say you've definitely been on the bear train on that. So
and you've been buying them, and you've been getting down and
right,
dirty.
but I don't own. I'm out now. So
So someone wants to ask. Actually, Chubbs asked me, and I'm just curious for our listening audience here.
Yeah.
Do you guys know I do a stock of the day every day? I do a pre-market prep stock of the day. It's published on Benzinga. It's usually a stock that we cover on the show. And our great editor Chubbs that puts up with all my spelling and grammar errors. He asked me about doing this one, and I'm like, no, thank you. I did not want to touch this one with a 10-foot pole. I just would say, if you were in this thing and you got stuck, when did it go up and kiss its high? Because it matched yesterday's high. So you got a big level on the upside here. 13, 15, 13, 16. Those are your last two highs. And then it opens up to $14. That low, that 11 and change low, 11, 11, 7, 11. No way I would have picked that out of a hat as a support level, but a very identifiable resistance if you're looking for higher prices in SBE.
All right. Against all odds, Joel, I think we'll end up, if not unchanged, in the green today.
They're trying. They're trying here. I'm trying to get my my chart back up here, and my Zoom. Does your Zoom control sometimes go real small on you? I know you have one separate screen for it. Yeah, this is a tough day. I mean, all this up and down and all around, and it looks we're going to be very close to unchanged in the session. I guess it's not such great news from where we were at the highs of the sessions, but it's better than being at the chance of breaking under 3,200.
All right. It has been an interesting day for sure. I want to remind everyone that coming up next after our broadcast here is the next Benzinga Cannabis Hour. So stay tuned for that.
Okay.
What else did I want to say? I think that was, let's see, we covered Exact Sciences. I want to discuss that. I want to discuss Twitter. We covered that. We covered the SPACs. Was there anything I missed? I don't think so.
Let me see.
CarMax never stood a chance today, really. Actually, it did bounce. That's not true. Darden Restaurants never.
Oh, we were wrong on that one.
Yeah.
They got a little of our face on that one. Yep. Darden went straight up and kept on going. Got over $99. So wrong on that one. We'll have to ask Triple D about that one tomorrow. I hope he didn't short it.
And definitely hit that like button. I want to see if I can 100 likes. Well, there's the bell. I want to see 100 likes by the time I'm done talking, and I'll be done in a second, because all I have to say is to please remember that all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Everyone have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning.